What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. Today, I'll be taking a look at the entry list for the 2024 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. We're going to start and talk about the one car for Trackhouse Racing. This one's going to be driven by Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain's had an up-and-down season so far in 2024, but one of Chastain's big strengths has been the mile-and-a-half over the last couple of years. And the last time he ran in Texas, he finished in the runner-up position, I believe. He'll be looking to get his first win in 2024, and be looking to get Trackhouse Racing's second win of this season, and Chastain's still looking for that first win of the 2024 season. Up next, up with the 2 car for Team Penske. This one's going to be driven by Austin Cindric. After a really strong start in 2024, Austin Cindric has been struggling in recent weeks. Luckily for him, he has won previously here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and has had some decent pace at the mile-and-a-half recently as well. He'll be looking to get his first win in over 2 years this weekend at Texas. Up next, up with the 3 car for Richard Childress Racing. This one's going to be driven by Austin Dillon. Now, Austin Dillon has struggled so far in 2024, but we're going to track where he's won here previously in Cup, all the way back in 2020. And we'll have, once again, Justin Alexander as the crew chief. Austin Dillon looks to get his first win in nearly 3 or 4 years. He looks to get it done. Actually, 2 years, I should say. He looks to get it done this weekend at Texas. Up next, top of the 4 car for Stewart-Haas Racing. This one's going to be driven by Josh Berry. Josh Berry's had a lot more speed as of recently, and this 4 car has won quite a few races at Texas Motor Speedway in the past. But Josh Berry has not been able to get it done up to this point. SHR has also been a little more faster. We'll see if Josh Berry can have a solid and good performance this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway with the 4 team. Up next, top of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports. This one's going to be driven by Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson is a previous winner at Texas Motor Speedway all the way back in 2021 and was one of the fastest cars here last season. I expect Kyle Larson to be a serious threat and contender. He's been really fast, won the pole the last couple of races. Kyle Larson looks to get his 3rd straight pole this weekend in Texas, and he'll be looking to have a dominating performance this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, up with the 6 car for RFK Racing. This one's going to be driven by Brad Keselowski. Now, I believe Brad Keselowski might be a previous winner. I'm not entirely sure, though. But Brad Keselowski's had some decent pace at this racetrack in recent years and was pretty fast here the last time we were here. I expect Brad Keselowski to turn the season around. He had a very mediocre performance last week at Martinsville. He'll be looking to have a bounce-back performance and have a strong run this weekend with RFK Racing at Texas. Up next, top of the 7 car for Spire Motorsports. This one's going to be driven by Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie, after a very strong season to start off, he's been struggling the last few weeks. He really needs to turn the corner if he's going to have a chance and opportunity to make the playoffs like he predicted he would have a chance to do this year. So far, it's been a little bit of a disappointing season for Corey LaJoie standards. He'll be looking to turn it around this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway with Spire. Up next, top of the 8 car for Richard Childress Racing. This one's going to be driven by Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch started off really strong, but the last couple of races have gone absolutely horrendously. And the last time Kyle Busch ran here, he unfortunately struggled. But he is going to have some experience running the Truck Series race, and also I think that experience could really help him. We'll see if Kyle Busch can get it done, as Kyle Busch finally looks to pick up his first win in nearly a year, which came at Gateway last season. Up next, top of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports. This one's going to be driven by Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott's been really turning the corner the last few weeks. He's had a couple really strong performances, got a top 5 at Richmond, and got another top 5 at Martinsville. And he's had 3 or 4 top 5s so far this season. He's looking to pick up his first win in nearly 2 years. He's looking to get it done. I think Chase Elliott will have a good chance and opportunity, though he has not been amazing at this track. He has, of course, won an Xfinity Series race, so back in 2014. Up next, I'm at the 10 car for Stewart-Haas Racing. This one's going to be driven by Noah Gragson. Noah Gragson, after a pretty solid start in 2024, he's been a little mediocre as of recently, but SHR has had quite a bit of success at Texas Motor Speedway. And Noah Gragson is a previous winner here in Xfinity back in 2022. I do think Noah Gragson has a chance for a solid run, but we'll see if he can perform this weekend in the 10 car at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This will once again be driven by Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has historically been very good at this racetrack. He's gotten 2 or 3 wins in his Cup Series career at this track up to this point, and Denny Hamlin's been one of the fastest cars so far in the 2024 season. He's looking to pick up his 3rd win of 2024, follow in suit of William Byron to get that 3rd victory. Denny Hamlin looks to pick up another win and go to victory lane for the 3rd time this season. Up next, how about the 12th car for Team Penske? This will once again be driven by Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, after a couple races, had not gone well last week at Martinsville, ran very solidly and finished inside the top 5. He is still looking for his first win of the 2024 season and Ford's first win of the year, but Ryan Blaney has been pretty solid at Texas in the past. I do think that Ryan Blaney has a solid chance and an opportunity to maybe get his first win of 2024 this weekend. Up next, how about the 14 car for Stewart-Haas Racing? This will once again be driven by Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe's had some good runs so far in 2024, and right now is just sitting a few points below the cutoff line. He's had a lot more speed, he's got a lot more momentum currently at the moment, and he's looking to get SHR's first win in over a year at this point. He's looking to get it done, and we'll see if Chase Briscoe can have a good performance this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway in that 14 car. Up next, how about the 15 car for Rick Ware Racing? This will once again be driven by Kaz Grala. Kaz Grala has been pretty decent so far this year, but not absolutely fantastic. But of course, he is in a Rick Ware car, so that's not the biggest shock or surprise, to be honest. We'll see what Kaz Grala can do, and we'll see if Rick Ware Racing can turn the corner and run better this weekend at Texas. Up next, how about the 16 car for Kaulig Racing? This will once again be driven by Ty Dillon, who will make his 2nd Cup Series start of 5 scheduled starts so far in 2024. Ty Dillon's last race a couple weeks ago at Richmond did not go so well. He's looking to have a much better performance, but we've seen Kaulig Racing struggling for the most part so far in the 2024 season. We'll see if he can have a bounce-back performance and have a good run this weekend at Texas. Up next, how about the 17 car for RFK Racing? This will once again be driven by Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher, of course, this is his home track. He's from Prosper, Texas, not too far away from Texas Motor Speedway. But Chris Buescher, I believe, has never won at this racetrack in any series. He's looking for his first win in nearly a year up to this point. He's looking for a very solid performance, and we'll see if he gets a chance and opportunity to get it done, as Chris Buescher still looks for his first win of 2024. Up next, how about the 19 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This will once again be driven by Martin Truex Jr. Mark Truex Jr. did not have a great run last week at Martinsville, finished barely inside the top 20. But Mark Truex Jr. has had some solid performances at Texas in the past. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on this, but I believe Mark Truex Jr. has won at Texas in the past. He is still looking for his first win of 2024, but Mark Truex Jr. does have the overall pace and speed. I think he will be somewhat of a contender this weekend at Texas. Up next, how about the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This will once again be driven by Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell did not have a great run at Martinsville, but he has had some decent success at Texas Motor Speedway. He does have a Truck Series win here, and he has had some pretty good speed so far in 2024. He's looking for a 2nd win of the 2024 season this weekend, and I do believe that JGR is going to do whatever they can to try to help Christopher Bell get the victory this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 21 car for the Wood Brothers? This will once again be driven by Harrison Burton. Harrison Burton has struggled so far in 2024. He has only had 2 finishes inside the top 29 so far this year, and he's only had 2 finishes better than 30th. He needs to turn the season around really quickly, otherwise he's going to lose a seat at the end of the year. Hopefully he can turn the season around and have a much better performance. He has one here in the Xfinity Series, so maybe that can lead to some good luck this weekend at Texas. Up next, how about the 22 car for Team Penske? This will once again be driven by Joey Logano. Joey Logano's had a couple really strong performances the last couple weeks. It seems like this 22 team is really coming together. Joey Logano is also a former winner here at Texas back in 2014, and has been pretty decent at this racetrack in recent years. He's still looking for his first win of the season, but Logano seems to be having a lot more pace in recent weeks, and he seems to be getting better at this racetrack. Up next, top of the 23 car for 2311 Racing. This will once again be driven by Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace has been showing a lot more speed in recent weeks. He had a top 5 car at Richmond, but unfortunately pit crew cost him, and he had a top 5 car at Martinsville and finished in 4th place. He is still looking for his first win in a year and a half, but I think the 23 team will be very, very solid and good. We know that their mile-and-a-half program has been very good in recent seasons. He's looking to have a really strong and great performance this weekend and get that first win of 2024 at Martinsville. Up next, top of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports. This will once again be driven by William Byron. William Byron's coming off of winning the last time here at Texas Motor Speedway and also won the most recent race at Martinsville. This 24 team seems to be the championship favorite, and he's looking to go back-to-back this weekend and win 3 of the last 4 races. I think William Byron's the odds-on favorite to win this weekend. He's going to be a major threat to get it done. The mile-and-a-half program for Hendrick's been good. I think William Byron will be pretty solid this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, top of the 31 car for Colleague Racing. This will once again be driven by Daniel Hemrick. Daniel Hemrick has struggled for the most part so far in 2024, but unfortunately a lot of his issues aren't just Daniel Suarez issues, but more than less issues with Colleague Racing. He's looking to have a good performance this weekend. He's trying to turn the season around. I think a top 20 would be a good run, but realistically, I don't think he's going to finish in the top 20 more than likely this weekend at Texas. Up next, top of the 33 car for Richard Childress Racing. Yes, heard that right. The 33 car is back in the Cup Series for the first time this year, and Austin Hill will make his first Cup start of 2024 of 4 scheduled races. Austin Hill, it's unclear what his future will be past this year. There is a chance he can move up full-time to Cup if performance does well. Austin Hill's a really, really good driver. I think he'll do a good job. Unfortunately, he's going to have Keith Rodden, but I do believe that Austin Hill could have a solid performance this weekend at Texas. Up next, top of the 34 car for Front Row Motorsports. This will once again be driven by Michael McDowell. After a very solid start to 2024, the last couple weeks for him have not gone very, very well. And they need to turn the corner very, very quickly because the last 3 weeks have been horrendous for them. He's had okay runs at this track, but not amazing runs. And obviously, we know what happened in 2008 at this racetrack. He's looking for a good performance, a bounce-back run. We'll see if Michael McDowell can bring that 34 car to a good performance this weekend at Martinsville. Up next, top of the 38 car for Front Row Motorsports. This will once again be driven by Todd Gillen. Todd Gillen has been decent the last couple weeks, had a really good race going in Richmond before unfortunate issues came into play, and he ended up having a pretty solid run at Martinsville last week. The mile has been a little bit hit or miss for Todd Gillen in recent years, but if Front Row could bring the pace and speed they've been showing recently, maybe Todd Gillen could, and just maybe might have a good run. We'll see what Todd Gillen can do, see if he can have a good run this weekend at Martinsville. Up next, top of the 41 car for Stewart-Haas Racing. This will once again be driven by Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece coming off having a top 10 at Martinsville, but I'm not sure how he's going to do at Texas, considering historically Ryan Preece has been pretty bad at Texas Motor Speedway, regardless of what series he's been in. He's looking for a good run this weekend at Texas. We'll see if he can continue with solid performances this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, top of the 42 car for Legacy Motor Club. This will once again be driven by John Hunter Nemechek. Now, John Hunter Nemechek, well, he's never ran amazing in Cup. He's been great here in Xfinity and trucks. He's got 2 Xfinity Series wins here and a Truck Series win at this track as well. I expect John Hunter to have a pretty good performance. He's looking to get his first Cup Series win of his career. Maybe, just maybe, with a really strong and great performance, he could end up doing that. I expect John Hunter to have some pretty good pace and some pretty strong speed this weekend with Legacy Motor Club at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, top of the 43 car for Legacy Motor Club. This will once again be driven by Eric Jones. Eric Jones ran very solidly last time at Texas before unfortunately getting involved in a wreck at the end of the race. Eric Jones has historically been great at Texas Motor Speedway, and I do think if the 43 could bring the pace and speed they've had in recent years, I think that could help Eric Jones in a pretty big way. I expect Eric Jones to be quick and pretty fast this weekend in the 43 car with Legacy at Texas. Up next, top of the 45 car for 2311 Racing. This will once again be driven by Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick's coming off of having a pretty solid performance at Martinsville a couple weeks ago, and he's been really strong on the mile and a half. He also won at Texas 2 years ago. I think that Tyler Reddick is going to be pretty quick this weekend with the 45 team. We know 2311 Racing is going to be putting the eggs in the basket to run good on the mile and a half. I think Tyler Reddick will have a good chance and opportunity to win this weekend. Up next, top of the 47 car for JTG Doherty. This will once again be driven by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has been okay at Texas, but not amazing in the Cup Series. He is still looking for his first win in over a year at Daytona. He's still looking to get his first Cup win at this racetrack. We'll see if Ricky Stenhouse Jr. can have a good run. The 4017 has been a little mediocre to start the year. We'll see if Ricky can have a solid and good performance with JTG this weekend at Texas. Up next, how about the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports? This will once again be driven by Alex Bowman. Now, Alex Bowman historically not great at Texas, but this year so far, he's been much better. He's had 4 or 5 top 10s so far in 2024 and is currently inside the top 10 in the standings right now. I think Alex Bowman legitimately has a really good chance and opportunity to run up front this weekend. If Hendrick brings pace and speed they had at Martinsville, I do believe Alex Bowman could be a threat and contender to do good at Martinsville Speedway. Up next, how about the 51 car for Rick Ware Racing? This will once again be driven by Justin Haley. Justin Haley has won here in the Truck Series before, only back in 2018, and I do think that Justin Haley is going to have some pretty good pace and speed if Rick Ware brings some speed, because I think Justin Haley is a good driver. He's had some pace and speed at times here. The last couple weeks have not gone great, so they probably dropped back a little bit in performance after what happened at COTA, but we'll see if Justin Haley can have a good performance this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing? This will once again be driven by Ty Gibbs. Now, Ty Gibbs, I believe, has won here in the Xfinity Series before, but he is still looking for his first career Cup Series win. The last couple weeks have been a little bit iffy for him, but before that, he had been one of the most consistent drivers in the field. He is looking for a bounce-back performance, and luckily for him, JGR has been amazing and strong on the mile-and-a-half. So I do think that Ty Gibbs will have a pretty strong performance this weekend, and I think he'll be a threat for the win to get his first career victory. Up next, how about the 71 car for Trackhouse/Spire? This will once again be driven by Zane Smith. Zane Smith has struggled so far in 2024. He is still 35th in the standings and is still not getting a lot of points currently at the moment, with him being right behind Harrison Burton. I think Zane Smith could have a better performance. He is going to run the Truck Series race, which I think is going to help him, but he's looking for a good performance. Maybe he can have that, though, considering Spire has been pretty solid at Texas in the past. Up next, how about a 77 car for Spire Motorsports? This will once again be driven by Carson Hocevar. Carson Hocevar is coming off of a top 20 finish a couple weeks ago, or last week I should say, at Martinsville, and he does have a Truck Series win at Texas. I think Carson Hocevar is going to contend for top 15. Legitimately, a 77 car's had top 15 and top 20 speed throughout the year so far, and I do think that Carson Hocevar and the 77 team are going to have some good pace this weekend. We'll see what he can do this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. Up next, how about the 84 car for Legacy Motor Club? This, of course, once again will be driven by Jimmy Johnson, who will make his second Cup start of 2024. Jimmy Johnson, I think, well, he's been amazing at this racetrack. I don't think he's going to be going for the victory. Yes, he's won here like 7 or 8 times, but I don't think Jimmy Johnson's going to win. But I think a top 20 is pretty realistic considering the speed that the Toyotas have been having. Let's just hope this time that Jimmy Johnson can finish the race and not get involved in an incident, but it's good to see that Jimmy Johnson will be back this weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. And finally, let's talk about the 99 car for Trackhouse Racing. This, of course, once again, will be driven by Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez, outside of the win at Atlanta this year, has completely struggled. His average finish is 19th place, and yes, he does have that win, which will help his career, but I'm being realistic here. I don't know if he's going to stay in the 99 car if things don't turn around, but I do think he's going to stay, but he needs to turn the season around quickly and start scoring top 10s. Because like I said, outside of the win he had, he is sitting 17th or 18th in the points. He needs to turn the corner relatively quickly if he's long-term going to stay with Trackhouse Racing in the future. So, that is the interest for the 2024 EchoPark Automotive Autotrader 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Notifications on so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support our Patreon as well. Let's get to that and comment your thoughts on today's video. Who's your pick to win at Texas? An early pick, I should say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There might be the Truck Series race picks dropping later today in the morning as well. Then tomorrow you're going to see a NASCAR news video on the Xfinity Series race picks, and if any major news breaks Wednesday, we'll talk about it. Then on Thursday, we're going to have the Cup Series race picks for Texas, and we're also going to have the paint skin video drop more than likely. And then on Friday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video dropping and the Truck Series race review from Texas. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.